poor Marco's in danger of wearing the carpet out down that end of the table. Well, he keeps putting him there, getting nothing to go at at all.
%93 of O'Sullivan's safeties have been good enough to prevent Fu potting a ball. Excellent long red from Fu.
One.
Snookered himself on his intended red.
Yeah, he didn't really need to put any stun on that, and that threw the cue ball wide. But I think under the pressure he seems to be having to endure. He prefer to stun those in than roll them, that yellow. And the problem he's got now, he can't even play the safety shot back to Volt because the red's there.
We just talked about Fu's 90% safety success rate, but from a couple of safeties which weren't successful, O'Sullivan has made 75 and 71.
Marco Fu 3.
That was a fluke.
One.
And that was a missed opportunity.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 1.
Well, as is often the case on those shots, if you don't get the pot, then you don't get the position because you've hit it slightly wrongly. Difficult opener, this. Oh dear, there's nowhere near it.
Has got away with it though. Fu in trouble again.
Foul. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
Well, I suppose you could say unlucky to go in off, but I think O'Sullivan would have been on the red anyway. Perhaps at shorter range.
Yeah, I agree. This is not an easy one to start again. Even though he's got the cue ball in hand, you're almost a bit spoiled for choice when you can put the cue ball anyway. You're playing either corner pocket here. It's quite Strange he's put it there with his bridge hand and his arm near the green ball. Still, not much stops him, does it? I suppose it was cleverly played in that the only red he could stick was the one he was playing.
Eight. Nine. Sixteen. 17.
So it's going to be 3-0.
$24. 25.
Yeah, he's missed a couple of shots, Ronnie. His safety's been absolutely immaculate. He's put Marco in trouble all the time, and we say it a lot, but it's often unnoticed how good he is at all of that.
30.
He's put Marco in trouble to get this chance. He's missed just the
31.
odd shot here or there, but all the other parts of his game. And the reason he's outclassing Marco Fu right now.
Chose the brown in order to make the pocket available for the
35.
yellow.
$37.
One-way traffic.
Well, this falls in line with what we
40.
saw this afternoon when they both played. The difference between the two victories in standard was enormous.
44. $49. 55.
Three 0 to O'Sullivan then. He's outpointed Fu 278 to 14.
Now, if he's playing the safety shot, he's got to make sure he gets the weight right. That's a good one. Nicely judged.
Foul. Marco Fu.
Had the
4.
cue ball stayed on the table, Fu wouldn't have had the easy starter that he's got from the D.
One.
He's got to get himself to 3-1 down at the mid-session interval, hasn't he?
6.
4-0. Don't see any way back. Don't forget, it is the first of 6 frames, but he's not playing as well as O'Sullivan yet. Things
7.
can change. Probably got to start to change about now.
$14. $15.
The potting angle was too thin to hold for the black.
Good recovery.
19. $20. $25. 26. $33. 34.
The noise you could hear then is coming from another exhibition hall here at the Rico.
$39. 40.
Foo's going along quite nicely. The O'Sullivan in-off did give him a good chance, and so far he's exploited it.
Oh, stopped in his tracks.
45.
That little slow walk makes me think he's not on this. You can always tell. Yeah, he's not on that. When you see somebody walking around the table that slowly, it's never a good sign. We've done a lot of hard work to get this many in front, but it's not enough.
Marco Fu, 45.
What a shot that is, goodness me. And this black's not easy, but if it goes in, he could be right back in the frame. Just overhit slightly there. Can he get to centre striking on the cue ball? That's all, what this shot's all about. Yes, he can.
9.
All that work Marco did, just drifted the cue ball too far. And he knows now that he mightn't be many in front if he comes back to the table at all very soon.
Fu will be pinning his hopes on the red
16.
nearest the side cushion.
17.
The one which would have further to go to the pocket than the other one over there.
23. 24.
Yeah, I can imagine a situation, Clive, where he plays to knock that one out and play on the one below it.
$31. 32.
'So I think it will
39.
ultimately come down to the red you mentioned. Now this one's going to be potted. At least it'll go now. Now this one's gone. Down the cushion rail if it comes to it.
40.
But Ronnie likes to play cannons. He's one of the best I've seen at that. It's all about this shot and where he
47.
finishes on his next colour, I think.
$48.
Two straight. He'll really force this, but he can't get there. The plan was not to pop this down into the top left pocket, not
55.
originally.
Well, that was simply superb.
Another shot got to be played here, though. This is not straight enough to hold, I don't think, very easily. And he's near the cushion, so he can't do a lot with this. Slightly queuing down on the ball. He'd love to drop this in and be on the yellow, but that's it's maybe too much angle there. Oh dear, that was the only thing that could go wrong. He was limited in what he could do with that.
61.
Yes, couldn't apply any side spin or any backspin from tight on the rail.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 61.
So having made 61 to go 12 in front, he has to vacate the table.
Decent shot. Big target, though, to get in behind with the green and brown close together. Ronnie might be thinking about that. Well, he tried it. Some of the yellow is sticking out, though.
Well, that was a good shot. Is it going to lead to Fu taking the frame? Oh, not like that, it's not.
It's one of the worst shots he's played for a long time. He rushed it, I think. I think he was annoyed that he wasn't on the green anyway, but the snooker looked as absolute certainty. It was like a miss-hit, Clive, wasn't it? He was absolutely nowhere near it. The touch had gone completely.
baffling that such a good player could play such a bad shot. Deadly.
Yes, absolutely so.
Brown and blue needed.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 3.
Surprising.
I was a bit surprised by the way he played it.
Well, that's another very bad shot from Marco. He's actually covered it up to an extent, but he should have been right in behind there. Not a difficult swerve at all, this. Marco's just slightly gone to pieces at the moment. I know Ronnie's missed one or two. This is another chance for him.
Four.
Needs the 3 remaining colours to get a foothold in the match.
Nine.
Doesn't really like the angle he's got here. It's just slightly the wrong side. It's got to come round off 2 cushions.
15.
No good.
Weighing it up, the double would be very risky.
Yeah, he's playing twice across there to get the object ball safe. I didn't, like you,
Michael,
Clive, believe he would play the double. Because it's all or nothing. Well, most players would go up and down here with the black. But as I was just about to say, that is the other way that things go now. It's almost like the re-spotted black from the other end of the table. There was a time when a player would always double the ball up and down. You've just got to be a bit careful here, Ronnie. The cue ball is travelling. In his mind, he knows that there's a possibility of it going in off somewhere. He can't do anything about that.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
That's a good safety. Cue ball swung round off 3 cushions. Well, that had to be very thin, that cut. And
Foul and a miss.
as we
Ronnie
saw,
O'Sullivan 4.
the cue ball went past the edge.
Difficult starter though. Good rest shot. I said earlier in the tournament, earlier in the day, that O'Sullivan doesn't use the rest that often because of his left-handed abilities, but he's still one of the best rest players I've seen. Not missed one with the rest. 5 shots, 5 pots, and that was a good shot as well.
8. Nine. $14. $15. $21. 22.
Just peeling away the loose reds to start with. And then I expect we'll see O'Sullivan's artistry in opening the bunch while keeping position.
Yeah, sure. 29. $30.
Yeah, this time I think he disturbs them. He might try and hit the right-hand red of the bunch, actually. No, beautiful, beautiful.
$37.
When you hit them that accurately, you don't have to hit them very hard to disturb a few.
Big surprise.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 37.
Basic red to middle.
I suppose if he was going to miss it, he would miss it to the near jaw, trying to hold it for the black. He's not going to miss it to the other side of the pocket. Well, I didn't really see that happening. At the moment, I think he feels he's not playing well enough, and he's got that feeling that a few have had before against O'Sullivan, that he's not quite as good as him. At least he's left nothing easy.
Foul. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4.
Well, Foo's difficulties continue to multiply. Everything's going wrong. He's thoroughly demoralised. The end cannot be far away.
One.
Yes, I'm not sure Marco's looking forward to getting at the table at the moment. It's a feeling only a snooker player can know. When it's not going well, you almost don't want the chances to come. A lot of people in here tonight. We've seen a lot of good play from O'Sullivan.
8.
Marco hasn't played all that well. Be a feeling of dread when you're out there.
9. $15. 16. 23. 24.
That looked like a bit of a flyer off the cushion, but O'Sullivan's still all right.
$31. 32.
I don't ever remember anyone coming from 5-0 down in the best of 11 and winning 6-5.
39.
It may have happened. Don't see it happening here.
40. $45. 45.
Beautiful. You can't cue any better than that.
$51. 52.
Well, that's a stat that will worry everybody else left in the tournament, because that's not always his strong point nowadays. He's potted 7 long balls from 7.
For
58.
statistical purposes, the long pot is defined as one over 6 feet or more.
$60. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 60 and the frame.
One-way traffic continues. Ronnie O'Sullivan leads Marco Fu 5.